Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Shelley with Wanderlust Paint Tribe, and we are going to paint our new door hanger. I'm so excited. She's so cute. All right, so I'm starting off with desert turquoise for the background. See that? There's just one tiny little piece of background back down underneath the ghost. So I'm going to get it first. So when you guys come on, just say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. I like it when people say hi. See if I can get my computer to pop up so that I can actually see if anybody says hi. There it is. Okay. Get this in a spot where you guys can actually see it. There we go. It's hard to tell what you can see when I'm looking at my tablet versus when I look at the screen on the computer. Because when I look at the computer, it looks fine. And when I look at the tablet, I'm like, oh, it's all in shadow and it's out of range and I don't know. So if you guys need me to move it so you can see better, just let me know. What you guys doing on this? Today's Thursday, isn't it? Yes, it is. The days are running together. What you guys doing on this lovely Thursday afternoon? I finished this design last night and I decided I wanted to paint it, but I decided I would paint it a little smaller version to start off with, just to see how it turns out. I'll probably come back and paint it again. I need to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, but we don't have one close, so I'll have to go this weekend and get some more wood, and I'll cut a big one and we'll do it again, see how it turns out. So again, this is Deco Art Americana Desert Turquoise that we're using for the background right now. I was thinking about offering this one as a paint kit, like a door hanger paint kit. So if anybody thinks they might be interested in that, let me know and I'll see what I can do to put that together. I know a lot of the girls that used to paint with me in Middle Georgia are kind of missing having our classes, but I'm just not that close to there anymore. Don't have too many contacts there anymore, so this might be a good alternative. Send you guys a door hanger art kit. I want to add just a tiny bit more to this little corner down here. Okay, let's see if I can grab the heat gun real quick. I need to like put a hook or something on the table over here so that it's next to me. I'm going to put some little polka dots on the background as well. So I just want this a little dry. The kitty cats are in here watching me, so I might have somebody jump up. Alright, I think that's dry enough. So what I'm going to do for the polka dots, I'm just going to pull some of my white into what left over of this desert turquoise because I just want a lighter color of the background. I may add a little more of the desert turquoise to it. Alright, I'm liking that. So when you guys come on, just say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me what you're doing today. I'm not doing anything too exciting except for painting. Cut a little piece of wood today and clean the house a little bit. Alright, so I've got a little rubber stamper thingy. You get them on Amazon. They come in a big bag of variety sizes. And I'm just going to go into my paint on my palette here and kind of twist a little bit so that I make sure that I get it decent coverage on there. I don't want it super drippy, but I want the whole thing covered. And then I'm going to start here just as kind of a guideline. And I'm going to press down and twist and then lift straight up. I'm going to go over a little bit. I think I want to, oh, I dropped that right in my paint. Cover this little edge right here so I don't get paint on her head. I'm going to go about right here and twist and lift up. Oh, I didn't twist enough. There we go. Get a little more paint on there. And go in the middle of those two. And then what would be in the middle over here? I don't think we would see that one. We'll go right here. Another one right there. We probably wouldn't see much of it, so we're just going to skip that. Do another one right here. And then we would see this one. Get that little corner. I might do that with my brush. Just fill in that little spot. Perfect. Alright, I kind of like it. It's looking good. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to kind of distress the back. I think I'll dry while I'm talking. I want to distress the back a little bit, so I'm going to use my chip brush and it's dry, and a little bit of white paint, and we're going to go over that background a little bit. I'll probably go ahead and go into the pumpkin and the ghost a little bit, just so I get good even lines. Alright, that's pretty decently dry. So like I said, I'm just going to go ever so slightly into my white on the very, very tips of that brush and just do some streaks over it. Just give it a little distressed look. Can't forget this little corner over here that barely sticks out. Don't want to miss it on the distressing. Alright, so this is what we have so far. And get it going in the right direction. I think she's turning out cute so far. I like her. Alright. So I'm going to do the ghost next. And I'm just going to paint her white for now. Tell me what you guys are doing today. Anything fun and exciting? Anybody painting anything fun? Making any crafts? Wreaths? Any of those things? I love to see other people's work. And like I was saying a little bit ago, that I was thinking about doing this as like a door hanger art kit. So if anybody thinks they might be interested in that, let me know. And I am painting right over my lines as far as her eyes and mouth and stuff. I'm not terribly concerned about it. Of course, I have my handy dandy tracer right here, so if I lose anything, I'll just retrace it. I don't know how dark this white will end up being, so I may have to do that, or I may still be able to see them through there. No big deal either way. Alright, I think I am going to go ahead and dry this and then put another little layer of white with some blue shadows in there. Okay, so we're going to dry this. Somebody said something to the kid was on a little background too. Well, thank you. Angela, where are you watching from? Let's see if I can keep this up. Alright, so I'm just drying the ghost. I'm going to put another layer of white on there. Okay, that should be dry enough. Clean my brush back out. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Give her a little more density. I know she's a ghost and we want to see through her, but I was seeing a little too much wood for my likings. So I'm going to cover her all in white, and then I'm going to go back with a little bit of a little paint booger in there. A little bit of blue in it to give her some shading. Oregon, oh my goodness. What's the weather like there? I've never been to Oregon. I've always wanted to go. It is hot and rainy here today. Well, it's been rainy most of the morning. It's slacking off on the rain right now. But I think it's supposed to get a little worse this afternoon. Stuff moving in from the Gulf. I'm in East Georgia area. Okay, I want a tiny bit more white, and then I'm going to add some blue to that. And give her a little depth. Just a little bit. And then the blue I'm adding is ultramarine blue. Not so rainy like Portland. Should get 90 degrees. Not, oh, wow. I need to find somewhere that it's like, I don't know, between 68 and 75 all year round. That would be my favorite place to live. Excuse me. I think I'm going to go with a smaller brush. What else do I have in there? To do her shading. Yeah, we don't really get seasons here. We have summer and then not summer. And then second summer. Alright, so I added a little bit of that ultramarine blue and some white. I'm just going to go around her edges. I might pick up a little more white as I go. Am I still in screen? Yeah. My watch is telling me I need to walk, but I'm busy right now. I can't walk. I'll have this template on my website by tonight, probably. And then we'll see about doing kits if anybody's interested. Wet enough, I probably shouldn't have put my hand right there. Just kind of blending out that blue-white edge right there. Making a little gradient. Okay, a little more blue right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here where the fold in her sheet is. Look at my original so I can see which way I went. Just a touch more white right here just to blend that out of hair. Alright. So, it's hard to see in the light, but you can see there's ever so slightly a little bit of blue shading around her edges and where the folds in her little sheet would be. I think I might even go darker, just a hair, on the very, very edge. Yeah, designing something on my iPad and then actually painting it is always a little different. Things don't always turn out the way you expect them to. So you kind of got to play around a little bit. But I liked it so much I just had to paint it. So I figured I'd go live and paint with y'all because I hadn't done that in a minute. And then I'm just going to blend this in just a hair so it's not such a stark line right there. And then I think I'm going to go back through the center area with a little more white. Just because it's so thick where I added the other paint. I wanted to kind of be even. There we go. I think I like that a little bit better. It's just a tiny bit more. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, that's looking a little better. I'm going to dry this a bit while I look for my orange. Alright, so the orange I'm going to be using is Spiced Pumpkin. It is a Deco Art Americana paint as well. Gotta get me a little Diet Coke in here. Okay. I don't want to go with too big of a brush on this. And I also want some fresh white for my highlights. Just want to have a little more control. So I'm going to use a little smaller brush. So I've got a little bit of the orange and a little bit of the white right next to each other. And I'm just going to start off doing each section in orange. And I like to make sure that when I do my pumpkin shapes that I always call them open parentheses, closed parentheses, so that you're doing the shape of the sections of the pumpkin. You don't want to paint your pumpkin going back and forth. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and go towards the center and do those same open parentheses, closed parentheses shapes, football shapes even, to give it a little highlight right there in the middle. And then I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit more of my straight orange and go back around that outside edge and just blend it in a little bit. So yeah, I was saying I'll have this design on my website as far as a template for door hangers if you want to cut your own. That'll be available by tonight. And then I do think I want to try and do paint kits for this. If anybody's interested, just let me know. I'll probably only do them for a few days because I do have a paint party coming up in a few weeks, and I don't like to get myself stretched too thin. And I do cut these myself with the scroll saw, so it takes me a little bit of time. I can't do too many at once. You guys pop on and watch. Let us know where you're watching from. Tell us what you're doing today. Have you painted anything cool recently? We want to see it. Let us know. Just say hi. Something. And I just picked up a little more of that white. And I'm going to do like the center area of what that section would be. So it's going to come almost up to where the new section starts. Or the old section, I should say. And I'm just going to pick up a little more of that straight orange. And kind of blend in with that outside of the section. Looks pretty good. That's what we got going on so far. I keep going in the wrong direction when I have this mirrored. I can't always go in the right direction when I try to show it to the camera. And I'm kind of just doing kind of haphazard because I want to wait for these other ones to dry. So I'm going kind of back and forth on the sections of the pumpkin I'm doing. And I like to put a finger down or put my hand down so that I can give myself a little support while I'm painting, but that's wet, so I don't want to put my whole hand down. So I'm just putting my pinky down just so that I can hold the paintbrush a little more steady. I always take too long when I do lives, so hopefully I can get done relatively quick. Jace gets out of school at 3, so he'll be barging in the back door here in about an hour, so hopefully I'm done by then and out of the way. Alright, just picking up a little white and going back into that center section of this section. Blending it out a little bit and go back in with a little more straight orange on the edge. Just make it kind of gradient so there's no harsh lines, or not too many harsh lines. There we go. Now I'm going to go back over to this other side since these are more dry now. Ghost is still pretty damp. I'm going to put my finger on there. I need more Diet Coke. I'm just coming right up next to the ghost on the end of this side of the pumpkin. And going in with a little bit of white mixed in there. Make sure I don't have anything on my finger. Give this section a little highlight. Alright, now to our last little section. Oh, there's just that tiny little bump back there. I'm going to go ahead and get it before I do the last big section. So if you guys are popping on and watching, just say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Tell me what you think so far. This one's a new design. I need a little bit more orange. If anybody has any questions, ask questions. Hello, how are you doing, Maria from Texas? Awesome. What kind of weather are you guys having in Texas? Is it hot there? Or are y'all getting all that rainy crud off of the Gulf? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm just going into this section with a little white too, to give it a little highlight. I'm going to do just a tiny bit more right here in the center of this middle section. So it is all nice and rainy there, but you needed it, so that's good. Yeah, we were getting pretty dry here for a while, and then, I don't know, the past few weeks it's just been like nothing but rain, but I can't complain. Everything, the grass was like brown. Alright, so I'm going to go in with brown for my stem, and this is dark chocolate. It's also an Americana. Ooh, got a big dry flake. I'm almost out of this one. Good thing I don't need much. I think I got another one hiding in the cabinet somewhere. Is this your template? Yes, ma'am, it is. I just finished it last night, and so I printed it and cut it out today so that I could kind of test run it. I'll have it available on my website probably by this evening. Wanderlust Paint, blah, 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 blah. WanderlustPaintTribe.com. And I'll have this one available this evening. And then I think I want to do art kits for this one. And so if anybody's interested in an art kit, let me know. If enough people are, then I'll throw that on the website as well. And if you get it from, thank you. If you get the template from the website, then you can use it for craft fairs or paint parties or whatever you want to do, that kind of thing, as long as you're not reselling the design itself or the template. And Marie, your stuff looks cute too. I've seen a lot of your stuff on your Facebook page. I really am inspired by some of the cute stuff that you do. You know, I think Texas lends itself to artsy things. They just have a good state flower and they have good colors. And I see a lot of your Texas designs. Alright, so we got that little stem on there. I'm going to let this guy dry for a second, and then we're going to go back over it with the template and add the words. I can still see her eyes and her mouth, so I don't need to go over that part, but I do need to go over the words because I do not hand letter. I cannot hand letter for the life of me. And I think the majority of it is like consistency and spacing and stuff. Oof. Oh, you're welcome. You know, there's a few people out there that inspire me, and I would like to be more like them, and you're one of them. And of course, Carrie from Hot Mess Mom, and then Tamara from Southern Adornment. Alright, so I am going to, I think I only need one of these. Line this back up. I just always try to line it up with my edge and then feel where that line is. And typically, if I run my finger across the paper, I can get it to match back up. And then I know I'm pretty dead on. I think I have a pencil in my hair. I always have a pencil in my hair. And I'm just using, hey Carrie, thank you. I was just talking about you. You can't hand letter either. Good, I don't feel like I'm the only one then. So I'm just using carbon paper, and I discovered at a paint party not that long ago that there are people that don't know what carbon paper is or how it works. I'm old. I don't like this. So, carbon paper. I'm going to send you a message. Okay. I sent you a message the other day, but it doesn't look like it was delivered ever. So, I don't know. Facebook doesn't like me sometimes. So, carbon paper is shiny black side down, white side up, and then put your template tracer design on top of it and trace. And you don't even need something that's actually a functional writing utensil. You could use like the back of your paintbrush, or a lot of times when I go to paint parties, I'll have words. They're difficult. Mechanical pencils. That was the word I was looking for. And then they don't have any lead in them because I don't need lead. I just need pressure. Yeah, I was at a paint party and I was like, all right, and then you're just going to get out your carbon paper and trace this. And she was like, what is this? And how does it work? And I'm like, God, I'm old. And so I explained to her what carbon paper was and where it was used before. And I was like, you know, like when you send an email, it says CC, that's a carbon copy because you before you literally had to make a carbon copy. She was like, really? Yeah, really. This is probably the hardest, longest part of the process. See, I can't even follow the lines. This is why I don't hand letter. I'm already outside of the lines. Painted glitter and gray. So cute. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, last letter. One of these days, I'm going to buy me a laser. And then I'll just etch it on there and I won't have to worry about it. Alright, and then also a tip, if you're using carbon paper, you keep one hand in place all the time to make sure it doesn't move. But lift it back up before you move it. That way you know that everything got where you wanted it to be. And I see I missed part of the S. And that way it's still in the same spot it was. I don't have to worry about trying to line it back up again because I never lifted it up. It is in the exact same spot. Perfect. Now, I hope I can open this one. I could barely open the white one earlier, so I might have to run in the kitchen and get the jar opener. Oh, no, it came open real easy. Hot damn. I keep, the laser thing is, it's like eating at me. I keep, looking at them, but I don't want, and nothing against Glowforge, I've heard they're wonderful lasers. I just want something bigger than that. I don't want to start off with something that's already too small. So, I'm holding out for a big boy. I got paint all over my hands. I think I have a liner brush in here somewhere. I do. I got a little bit of carbon on here, so I'm just going to dust that off with a clean, dry paper towel. Now, what did I do with that liner brush? There it is. I'm so bad about leaving my brushes in here. Yes, they are so super expensive. I think I'm leaning towards the Thunder Laser, but I don't know, right now it's just a dream. Alright, so I'm starting off with my liner brush, and I'm just adding a little bit of water to this black so that it's nice and soupy. It flows a little easier with the liner brush that way, to me. I might need a smaller liner brush. Yeah, it'll be alright. I'm going to do the... Ooh, I should still be doing this with a... Yeah. Never mind. I don't trust myself. Although this is so small, this pen might be too big. I guess I will be doing liner brush, but I need a smaller brush. Excuse me for a moment. While I dig for a smaller brush. I promise I didn't run away. I'm right here. I'm just digging for brushes. Okay, I grabbed a couple of them. I like that one. I think. We'll see. No, I don't like that one. This one's kind of skinny. Maybe we'll try it. Yeah, this is why I don't do small ones either. I like big ones because I just like big things. I mean, I'm from Georgia. I got big hair and big sweet tea and big heat, and it's just the way it is. Yeah, I designed this to be, it's like 20 by 17, so it's 20 this way and 17 this way. I was just kind of doing a little test run with it being small today. I know some people when they paint they have a like a lazy Susan. I think I might have to do that. That way I can spin easier. This brush has like one extra long hair sticking out the end of it that's trying to make me cuss or something. So I'm trying not to fight with it. You love your Lazy Susan. See, I'm gonna have to do that. But you know, because I am who I am, I feel like the need to make one instead of just buy one, because that's a normal thing that people do. What's that mean? There's like, why would I buy this for $27.50 when I can make it for $75 worth of craft supplies? That's me, 100%. The other thing with liner brushes is they don't hold a lot of paint. So you have to make sure you're picking up paint pretty frequently, or you'll feel like you're fighting it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I do have some smaller paint markers in the cabinet. Should have tried them. But it's turning out pretty halfway decent considering I'm not using a marker. I'm using a liner brush. It can be done. I almost feel like a door hanger is not a door hanger if it doesn't have words on it. But I don't always want to put words on things. Yeah, I'm really loving this design. And what's funny is I've had the pumpkin and the ghost in my Procreate app for, I don't know, since last Halloween, and couldn't figure out how I wanted to work with either one of them. And then the other day I was like, maybe they will work well together. And sure enough, they did. It took me forever to come up with a background color. I don't know why. And I think it's because I like teal, and I use teal so often. Teal, turquoise, some variant of it. And I'm like, no, gotta find another color. Gotta find another color. And finally I was like, just put a teal on the background. And I loved it. I'm just gonna have to stop fighting with myself. Maria, do you have a TikTok? Are you still watching? I can't tell. I don't know how I feel about TikTok yet. I haven't figured it out. I'm working on it, but... You do? Okay. I'll have to look for it. So my last paint party was my first paint party that I've had for a long time. So some of you who have been following me for a while know that we decided we were going to go live in our RV for a little while and travel. And then when my grandfather and my mom passed away, kind of changed the plans for us. And so I had gotten rid of a lot of my paint party stuff. Because for one, I was living in a 35-foot travel trailer. I didn't have room for it. And for two, I didn't think I was going to need it. So I got rid of it. One of the things I got rid of course, was my aprons. So I found myself the other day with my first paint party in, I don't know, year and a half or so. And no aprons. And I was like, you know, my grandmother had a whole bunch of fabric in this house that I found. And I was like, you know, my grandmother's kind of what inspired me to be an artist, be artistic. She's what started it all. So I was like, you know, she could be a part of what I do if I use that fabric to make aprons. So I did. I am not a seamstress. My grandmother was a great seamstress. She taught me a lot of things, whether it be painting or crafting or seamstress. I am not any good at it, and I don't enjoy it. But I did it, and now she gets to be a part of every paint party I have because it is her fabric. I mean, some of this stuff is like from the 70s, so it's kind of cool. And sometimes for words I use the silhouette and cut them out. But I don't know, sometimes I find that, especially at paint parties, you know, I can manage to do one without a bunch of bleeding, but to orchestrate 20 other people being able to get through something with no bleeding is difficult. So I tried to design things in, because I do a lot of paint parties, or I did and I will again. I try to design them with the thought of people not using the stencil. Because most of my designs are going to be used at my paint parties. I'm having a paint party here at my house tonight, so I'm cleaning right now. Awesome! I've never had a paint party at my own house. That would be interesting. I do wish that when I do lives that Facebook didn't have their rules about music, because boy is it difficult to do this without music playing in the background. It's only 4 people, so not too bad. Yeah, I think that's about all I could fit. About 4 at my dining room table. I have a meeting on Tuesday with a new venue. Since we're relocated, I don't have all my contacts from my old venues, and they're a little far away. So I'm going to meeting on Tuesday with a new one. It's a cute little brew pub looking place. So I'm hoping that it works out as well as I think it will. Which it typically does, so I'm not terribly concerned. I promise I'm going to finish this word here in a little bit. I finished it, yay! Alright, now she needs eyeballs and stuff. This one little crazy hair on the end of this brush is about to drive me bananas. But my scissors are somewhere in the cabinet and not in the drawer where they're supposed to be. So I'm not going to do anything about it except for complain. I stuck my hand in the wet paint. Don't do that, Shelley. Excuse me. That eyeball looks lopsided. Maybe I should have redrawn them. We'll just make it look unlopsided. It's like eyeliner. It gets bigger and bigger as I try to even it out so it looks like the other side. And they're always, what's that saying? They're cousins, not sisters. Yeah. I used to do wings all the time. I'm just giving up on it these days because I'm getting too old. My cat's just scared the bejesus out of me. I did stick my hand in that black paint and then stick it right in the middle of my ghost. I'll have to watch. Hey Melissa, I'll have to watch the replay. I missed most of the video. I'm so sorry. See if I waited too long, maybe I can get that black paint off of there that I stuck my hand in. Came off halfway decent. I lost my brush. Which one did I have that I actually kind of liked? It was this one. Okay. So we're just going to do a few little detail-y things now. So I'm going back into this black. My brush is still pretty wet, because I want it super soupy right now. And I'm just going to do a little outline here. Nothing, I'm not doing it solid. I don't want it to be, because I don't want it to be full on outlined. Just enough that you can really see the segments. So I'm trying to be super light handed, even to the point that I'm lifting up and it's not being solid, because that's kind of what I want. I just want to make sure I don't have too much paint on the paintbrush, because I don't want these lines super bold. I feel like this painting's kind of dainty. I don't know that a ghost can be dainty, but through my brush alive at the same time. Don't you hate when that happens? It's like all the exciting stuff and you're like, which one do I want to miss? And I wasn't even going to go live today. I just got excited about finally finishing this guy last night. Or gal, or whatever she is. I do kind of like painting on these little things. I can flip this thing around way easier than I can flip some of the other things that the bigger ones. Let's see, what else do I want to do? I think that's all I want to do with the black. I think I want to go back into my white. Same brush, and I'm just going to make some soupy white like I did that black. And then I like to twist my brush as I, oh, you can't see that. You can't go this way. Okay. I like to twist my brush as I run it through there. It gets all the things to come to like a little point. Like earlier with that little hair that I had sticking out the side of there. I think it's still there, but it's not as problematic. Alright, so we're just going to do a few, same thing, but a little farther in. Just a little pizzazz. That got a little wider than I want it to be, but it is what it is. What did Bob Ross call those happy mistakes? That's what that is. And we're going to go with it. Because if I didn't tell you it was a mistake, you wouldn't have known. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the outside of our, oh, I'm going to do the stem too. On a few little highlights in here. And then the edge of our little ghosty girl. And then I want some little polka dots. And so I just use the back of the brush to do that. Ooh, it's getting to be close to Jace getting out of school. I better wrap this up. Or I guess I could just jump up and unlock the door. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this background. I'm just tidying up a couple little tiny spots over here. And then I do want to add just a little dot. Oh, I think I'll do the back of the brush. Down here, it's like a smaller reflection in her eye. Alright, and then I want to do a few little highlights in the letters. And then we'll be done. If I can not stick my finger in anything, that would be great. Alrighty. I think I'm done. Oh, I forgot to put her blush. Maybe we can still put her blush. This is Carousel Pink. And I'm going to add some white to it. Or actually, I'm just going to pour it into the white because I don't want it this pinky. This is like Pepto-Bismol colored. And I want it to be a lot lighter than that. I knew I was going to forget something. I always do. Oh, and I'm going to finish just in time. Hopefully it's not raining and I don't need to go get him. But maybe it is. Not too much. Okay, she's got her blush now. I'm here for the booze. I think she's adorable. I hope you guys like her. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me while I painted. If you guys want to get notification next time I go live, you can text the word live to 833-541-2918. So if you want to get text, just text the word live to that number and I will let you guys know when I go live next time. If you guys want the template for this. It'll be on my website, wanderlustpainttribe.com, this evening. And if we want to do paint kits, let me know. I'll see if I can put them together for y'all. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.